This is The Spot. The Spot with your host, Prophet Pete and DJ Sean Recognize.
And we here. Yo, you already know, man, it's your boy Prophet Pete from the city that never sleep. And you know your girl love chewing on my street meat. And I got my mans.
You know, I call your girl G.I. Jane not because her hair is short, but because the cat got that kung fu grip. Sean Recognize. What's up, world?
What's up, world? Man, we here. We doing it again. One more time. For the good
always, time. Yeah, you know, and then we apologize for not being here last week. You know, things happen, situations arise, life comes at you fast, that type of thing. But you know, we here, back, fresh in the flesh, like we never left, and we doing it for you, the viewers, the listeners, the supporters. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that rocks with us, we appreciate you being here, logging on and locking in with your boys for another week.
Yeah, man. And yo, you know, not for nothing. Last week was a little touch and go, right?
Uh-huh.
Last week was a little touch and go. But towards the end of the week, it was like freaking, I was like, yo, I'm getting good news on top of good news on top of good news. I was like, yo, this is great.
Yeah, that's all right. That's always good.
The energy was all right. So, you know, you just said, you know, how life come at you fast and you know, just sometimes you got to stick and move and adjust or whatever. I remember back in 2007 enrolling in college. Now, I was a high school dropout that went and got my GED a year after I dropped out of high school. It took me until, and we're talking about what, 97? Uh-huh. So it took me 10 years? 10 years to go back to school.
Right.
Went back to school, you know, life, kids, family, you know. Went to school for the associate's degree, dropped out because I couldn't finish. Like, there was just too much stuff going on.
Right.
And to make a long story short, on Thursday of last week, I got an email from the University of Phoenix that said I officially graduated. I said, holy shit, it's 2022. And from but it took that long, like, you know, this shit be real though. Like, I officially got my associate's degree in information technology, so I'm an official alumni and all that wonderful stuff. So I was like, yo,
hold on, man, you can't just mull over that, bro. Yeah, you know, that's an hold on here. I gotta pull up that's an announcement right there, bro. We gotta do that the right way. Hold on, what is it? Uh-oh. No. There we go.
Yo, so look, this is a big accomplishment. Like, for real. Now I can talk shit to my kids. You know, before I couldn't talk shit to them. You know, I'd be like, yo, you know, you gotta go to school, get good grades, and this, that, thing. You'd be like, well, Pa, you got your GED. But you know what? I can't even say nothing. Nah, I'd be like, yo, I'm a college graduate, man.
That's it.
That's it. So you figure out what you're gonna do. I went to a lot of trade schools, but I'm a college graduate too. So so that was pretty fucking dope. Like, I was like, holy shit. And then, you know, I'm in school now too. So it's like everything is just coming together. Everything is popping off. My chefing skills is crazy right now, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, like crazy. But, you know, just gotta keep pushing. You gotta take the good with the bad and just keep it moving and don't focus on the negative shit too much.
It's Jewel.
Yeah. And shout out to my therapist. Because without you, I probably would go nuts.
Literally.
Literally. So what else is going on in the world? Like, I've been hearing, like, I don't know, like, my boy was telling me he was saying something about some SARS, new SARS outbreak we got COVID XYZ ABCD EFG version now. And I was talking to my mom's, and I'm like, yo, what's up with
money? My damn audio just wigged out on me.
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So, we got all this, new outbreaks and all this other stuff going on. My boy was telling me in New York, SARS, there's a new version of SARS, but then there's a new version of COVID, and then we got monkeypox. Like I don't even know what's going on. But the crazy part is that anybody that's ever taken a COVID test went to an actual facility, it says SARS on the paperwork.
Yeah.
So are they just using the word, the actual term SARS?
Yeah.
And saying there's a new version to say that it's a new outbreak or something new when it's really just another version of COVID?
I mean, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. These feds, they lie to us so much that it's hard to believe when they actually being genuine and when it's actually an emergency. I think all of this stuff is man-made, number one, you know what I'm saying? And I think number two, it's a carefully articulated plan. You know what I'm saying? Because all of this stuff is designed for population control at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? All of these viruses and things that's coming around. I heard polio was making a comeback. It's like, come on, B. We done had a cure for polio for ages. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden it just comes out of nowhere. Oh, polio is back. Like, are you serious? Like, what did it go on vacation and they come back and now it's here again? And what did it go and get? It joined the gym and came back stronger? Like, I don't get it, man. I just think it's all intentional, man. And I hate to say that, but I really honestly believe that, man, because it's no coincidence that all of this is happening at the same damn time. You know what I mean?
And you know what's funny? Now, I don't want to do the conspiracy theory thing. But COVID dropped right before there was an election, right? That was right. Now we about to vote for the next president. Now all of a sudden we got all this stuff happening again.
Right. Yeah.
Like, really think about it. Like, it's not a coincidence. It really isn't. I'm sorry. If you want to say I'm tripping or whatever, do your homework a little bit before you sit there and be like, yo, P bugging. Nah, I ain't bugging. It's like the writing is on the wall. Like, it's literally on the wall, like, for real. And the same person that was around when COVID first hit, and not saying that he was the one that made the shit, but he did take advantage of it, but he's attempting to run again.
Well, that's the word. We ain't heard nothing official just yet. The feds just raided his mansion down there in Florida recently, and
they took his passport.
And they talking about all of these classified papers that he shouldn't have removed from the White House, during the time he was president. And I mean, what did you think he was gonna do? I mean, obviously he was destroying documents, he was flushing documents, he was I mean, I've never seen a more I mean, everybody's gonna have their own thoughts and feelings about whoever the current president is. I mean, it never fails. Whoever the president is, somebody's gonna have a problem with him. That just comes with the job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have never seen in my lifetime a more dysfunctional and unpresidential person, than 45. And that's the honest to God truth, man. I mean, we've had some dumb ones. We've had some some people in there who didn't even look like they knew that they were, in the Oval Office, but they was up in there. You feel what I'm saying? This guy takes the proverbial cake because he's just unapologetic with his ignorance and his actions and the things that he does. It's like, yeah, I took it and I flushed it down the toilet. So what? I'm the president. You know what I'm saying? It's like, B, you don't do that. Yo, let me tell you something, man. If Obama if Obama would have took classified papers from the White House and took them to, I think they live in DC, and took them to DC and had them in a safe in his house, they would have put Obama under the fucking jail, B. You know what I'm saying? So this whole thing with all the police were wrong. And it's funny to me how these Republicans and these GOPs and these Trump pansies and everybody, how they can always talk about blue lives matter because they're trying to contradict Black Lives Matter, right? But they can always scream blue lives matter until the cops do something that is in the scope of their job and they actually do their job correctly. You know what I'm saying? Now, by saying that, I means when it affects white people, then it's not blue lives matter anymore. Then it's the police are they're out of line and they're incorrect and they should be held accountable and all of this crap like that. And in reality, they doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? If somebody's breaking the law, they're supposed to go in and prevent it or stop it. I mean, stop it or try to prevent it from happening in the first place. So you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? You can't play on both sides of you can't play on both teams. You got to pick a side. You feel me? So either blue lives matter or they don't matter. It seems to me that blue lives don't matter when it comes to white people being affected, but blue lives only matter when it comes to Black lives being infringed on or taken.
Right.
That's my own personal observation.
No, but if you really think about it, right, it's not until the cops, the boys in blue, do something in the wrong community and in the area where the demographics are a lot different.
Exactly.
Where laws get changed, certain things happen. Like those things happen during the times that something happens in their space. Otherwise, it's like, oh, it's not where I'm at. It doesn't affect me. It didn't happen to us, right?
Exactly
it's not us. So once it happens to you not for nothing, we try to be law-abiding citizens because we already know we're going to get the book thrown at us.
Exactly.
So we really try and stay away from doing shit.
Yeah, straight up, man. And I just want to say that the law is supposed to work the same across the board for everyone, no matter if you're white, black, rich, poor, short, tall, fat, skinny, whatever, man, woman, don't matter. It's supposed to work the same way across the board. Theoretically, in theory, it's supposed to work across the board the same for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big proponent, and I've always said this over and over on many different shows that we've done. I always make this point. I believe that the justice system should truly be blindfolded. In that, I mean, there should not be the identity, meaning the racial identity of the person that's being prosecuted or being charged, should not be divulged until the conclusion, until the verdict is read. Then you can see what color they are. You feel me? Because I think that a lot of times, even though these judges and these juries are supposed to be biased and it's supposed to be a jury of your peers, as they say, a lot of these times these juries are not, or they're stacked against us. For instance, case in point, this is a great moment to bring this in. So I just read this today. There are some people, all right, R. Kelly is going back to court for another charge, another federal charge they're trying to bring up against him, right? So now get this. The jury, right, that's being chosen, the judge has thrown out the possibility of the people who saw the surviving R. Kelly documentary from being on the jury. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't tell. Okay, so basically what happens is in a court system, like especially if the case is ongoing, like if they're gonna sequester the jury, what they call sequestering a jury, meaning they hold the people there until a decision is made. You know what I'm saying? On which way we want to go, how they want to decide. When a jury gets sequestered, right? Generally, they're put in a hotel somewhere, they're bussed off somewhere. They keep it very hush hush because they want to eliminate the possibility of any person on the jury being swayed by any kind of media influence or outside influence, you know what I mean, like something, the news, or maybe a podcast or something like that about the case. So they make sure they keep them separate and apart from society, essentially, so that doesn't happen. So you mean to tell me that a jury can be sequestered for whatever the case is, but in this case, being that it's all Kelly, of course, and they're trying to throw the book at him, they don't give a damn that some people on the jury may have seen the documentary that's going to sway their opinions about the case, because I guarantee you anybody that has seen that documentary is going to decide to convict him whether they believe he's guilty or not.
Right.
And I don't think that's fair. I think that's railroading the brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he should have an easy time by any means, but at the same time, he deserves the same system of justice that anybody else would be entitled to. He deserves the same. He deserves the fair amount of what do they call, guilty until proven innocent. I'm saying innocent until proven guilty. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's fair at all. But this goes on day in, day out all across this country when it comes to our people. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think that there's a double system of justice in this country. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? Whether they choose to admit it or not. And things like this happen all the time, man. And it's just ugly. It's just very ugly, and it's not fair. And something needs to be changed, man. I mean, I don't have all of the answers, but I definitely see a lot of the problems. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quick to call them out. You feel me?
Yeah,
quick to call them out, man.
Like it's I was gonna say, justice is supposed to be blind, because what do they call it? It's the blind scales of justice.
Yeah, the scales of justice, and then you see the little statue holding the scales, and then she got the blindfold on. But what they really should have is the bitch going like this with the blindfold and holding up the scales. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what's happening. All of that about everybody gets a fair trial, and we don't see color. That's bullshit. Y'all don't see color, but y'all damn sure can judge it quite effectively. No, judge people on the merit of their color all the time.
And the crazy part is, if somehow, some way, the way you explained it, where it would be like inmate 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, right? Uh-huh. And they're just going over the details,
right?
Testimony or all that stuff, or whatever it is, even using something that can alter the voice, because you already know. When you grow up in a certain place, or when you're from somewhere or whatever, you sound a certain way. So it's easy to, or they can do voiceovers. Somebody just reading,
or just have the lawyer speak for the person. They don't even have to talk. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But
because because if you think about it, like, not for nothing, if it was that way, Tommy would be doing just as much time as
Deontay.
Right. Then it'd be a little different.
Straight up, man. Straight up. That's real talk. Real talk. Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, just to switch gears just a little bit, because I do want to get back to this whole black thing, because there was a couple of things in the news that I want to touch on that I heard about that were just unbelievable. But I will say this. To everybody listening within the sound of my voice, everybody watching, everybody locking in with us, let me tell y'all, man, y'all better stop fucking with these people at these fast food restaurants, bro, because they already under a tremendous amount of stress. They ain't getting a fair wage in a lot of these places. You know what I'm saying? Some of these people are, working more than one job just to make ends meet. I mean, people is out here really struggling, trying to, feed their families and stuff, man. So y'all better stop messing with these fast food restaurant workers, because, the one restaurant I think we might have talked about it last show. Dude shot somebody because they gave his mom cold fries, and when she went back to complain about it and speak to the manager, I guess they were kind of like laughing at her, or trying to not make it as serious as just basically dissing the woman and not being respectful, and just give the woman some fresh fries. Apparently the person who she complained to went to the little area where the fries are and gave her the same fries back. You know what I'm saying? So when she called up her son shows up to the McDonald's and shoots the person behind the counter. You know what I'm saying? Got into an altercation with somebody that worked there. I guess the person came outside, bam, he shoots him. Now this kid is in jail. Not only is he in jail for that shooting, he also admitted to another shooting he was prior to that one. So they got, so he's double jammed. But most recently, I just heard about a Wendy's incident where a brother punched an elderly man in the head because he complained about his order. Now I don't know all of the details. This is just what I read. Shouts out to the Shade Room, by the way. So the guy comes in. I guess something wasn't right with the order. I don't know if the man, came at him sideways and said something derogatory or racial or whatever the case may be. But this young black dude comes from behind the counter, punches the elderly man. He falls down, hits his head, has to go to the emergency room, dies 5 days later. So now this dude is getting second-degree manslaughter because he felt like, it was okay for him to put his hands on a customer who had something to say about his order being incorrect. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that he was in the right for doing what he did, but what I am saying is there's a way that you approach people and there's a way that you speak to people in order to get the results that you want. You know what I mean? And I am a firm believer that you should give respect if you want to get respect in return. You know what I mean? And I, for one, and I live by this code, baby. Anytime somebody is dealing with my food, oh, believe me, I'm gonna be the most polite and you know what I'm saying, PC person you ever seen in your life until I get that bag in my hand, and then I can complain all I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Then you talk all your shit.
Yeah, you talk all your shit. But until then, while they got the food on their side of the window or their side of the counter, you need to be humble like a little puppy. You understand what I'm saying? And then if your shit ain't right, hey, look, man, I ain't get such and such, whatever, or this ain't right. And you handle it how you handle it. I've gone to a drive-through before, right? And this is when I used to eat at McDonald's. I don't eat at McDonald's anymore for different reasons, but we'll get into that later. And I ordered a Big Mac, and I always do this now because of this particular incident. I always check my food when I leave the drive-through now, all the time, every time almost. 99% of the time. And maybe that one day I'm rushing. But anyway, on this day, I didn't check it. Rush back to the crib, get home, open my bag up, open my box up for the Big Mac. Everything is in there except the meat. So you're talking about tight? Because at this particular time is late at night. It's probably like going on 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? The lobby of the restaurant is closed, but the drive-through is still open. So now I have to get back in my car, drive 10 minutes back to the restaurant, right? Go through the drive-through again. Like I said, the lobby is closed. Drive-through is open. So what do? Pull my car up to the window. I don't just sit in the car. No, I get the fuck out. and I go knock on the window. You know what I'm saying? Hello? They come out there. Oh, what's wrong? Hey, sir, can we help you? Yeah, look, man. Somebody gave me this Big Mac, and there's no meat in here. Is this what y'all usually do? Is this some kind of practical joke? Is y'all playing with me? Is this some type of game? Oh, yeah. Oh, we sorry about that, man. The guy who made the food just left. You know what I mean? We'll correct it, man. We'll fix it. You know what I mean? So that incident got corrected. But, a lot of times, man, we go in there and we upset, and the first thing we do is we lash out at the first person we see. You know what I mean? And that person may be on the edge. They may be having a bad day or going through something in their life or anything. You know what I mean? You don't know what people are going through, man. So you treat everybody with respect. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that if your order comes back incorrect that you shouldn't say something or you shouldn't complain or you shouldn't ask for a manager if the situation warrants that. But at the same time, just take it easy on these people, man. I understand your food is not right, but do you want to go to jail or lose your life behind a fucking combo meal? Really? Let's take into account and just pump our brakes just a little bit and you know what I'm saying, act civilized in these places, man, because these fast food workers got enough to deal with as is, man, without you coming and yelling in their face and try to belittle them on the job. You know what I mean? So just take, take a little word of advice from me to you.
And for me, from what my outlook on it back in the days was, if you couldn't do nothing else, the only job, if you wasn't equipped or educated enough, where you ended up was a fast food restaurant. So you already feel like you at the bottom.
Right.
So now somebody talking down to you, and I'll be the first one to tell you, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
How you say it.
Yo, I tell people that all the time. It doesn't matter what you're telling me. Just make sure you say it the right way. And it's super duper important, man, that you do that, because you could be that one to set that person off. You say that one, and I'm going to take it back to my therapist, right? Because I was like, yo, there's certain things that people say to me that are triggers. She's
right.
Like, we need to talk about those triggers.
Right.
I told her, I said, yo, I was a real bad man growing up. Well, bad person growing up. Like, I did a lot of bad shit.
Right.
So I let a lot of shit slide because I did a lot of bad shit. I think that it's karma, but there's certain things that just really set me off. If you say a certain thing a certain way, it's like you telling a pit bull, well, for people that have pit bulls, and especially living in the city, there was those two words that you would tell your dog. It was shake 'em or kill.
Yeah.
And they already knew what to do.
Yeah.
So just imagine saying something to somebody, and they react the way a pit bull would when you tell them to attack.
Yeah.
So those were triggers. So you really got to make sure you do not set anyone off, and you don't know what they all going through.
Straight up, man. Just go, hey, man, just be polite, man, and talk to people the way that you want to be spoken to. That's all I'm saying. It's real simple. I mean, in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's difficult to identify that trigger and sometimes, deal with it the way that you should. But I mean, we all got it in us, man. We can do it. You just got to, put a little more effort into it. So I want to warn people that are vacationing and trying to get that last bit of summer in before the school year starts again. Anybody going down to Myrtle Beach? I know somebody who just recently went down there. I didn't hear about any incidents, but I just read something today that kind of, caught my eye. There are sharks in the water at Myrtle Beach, and a couple of people have gotten bitten already. 2 in the same day. Mm-hmm. So if you go down there to Myrtle Beach, man, just put your toes in. You feel me? Don't be swimming in the ocean out there. I personally don't even mess with the ocean. You feel me? If I'm not fishing, I ain't messing with the ocean, Jack. You feel me? I'm gonna be in a pool somewhere or a fountain, you know what I'm saying, or a sprinkler or something like that. But no, I'm not swimming in the ocean. You know why? Because the ocean is the shark's living room. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and what I say when I say that is, imagine if you sitting down in your living room and you watching TV, and a motherfucker just come walk across your living room while you know what I'm saying? You got a right to shoot his ass. You feel me? What the hell you doing in my house, man? You feel me? That's the same thing that happens when you go into the ocean and you swimming out there. The shark is like, who is this motherfucker coming through my living room? You feel me? So you just gotta, be on point, man. Just try not to, I know y'all trying to get that last beach trip in, and that last little bit of summer before it's time to pack it in and bring out the little jackets and shit like that. But man, stay away from the beach. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Where did this happen? This happened in, hold on, I got it written down here. This happened in Houston, Texas. Woman in Houston, Texas went out for lunch or dinner with her husband for a birthday celebration, came back to the car, and she had a napkin wrapped around like the door handle of the car, like, where you reach to open the car door at. Mm-hmm. And, at first she thought it was something that her husband had did. I guess, maybe playing a joke or something like that. When she brought it to her husband's attention, he said, "No, I didn't do it." She grabbed the napkin with her nails, you know what I'm saying, threw it out, and she proceeded to open the car door with her bare hand, right? Not knowing that the napkin had some type of a chemical on it that poisoned her. Even after she used hand sanitizer and washed her hands, because apparently the woman is a germaphobe. So she, did everything to get the whatever off her hands. And she said that as she was riding in the car, she said her fingers started tingling. And as her fingers started tingling, she thought she was, just being paranoid. She ignored it. Then her arm starts to go numb. Then her breathing changes. Then she starts to get hot and sweats and stuff like that. So she goes to the ER and they run all kind of tests on her and find out, yeah, in fact, you were given some type of a poison. You know what I'm saying? You didn't ingest enough through your skin for us to determine what kind of poison it was, but it was definitely something foreign that was in your body that was probably from, the touching of that napkin. So, and I heard another thing that when if women, especially single women or single mothers or women who travel on their own a lot, to work and stuff, like drive far away to work, I've heard that some women might find a zip tie attached to the handle of their car. Maybe if you got like a sedan, it might be on the rear door as opposed to the driver's door, so you might not even notice it. You know what I mean? But check your car, like, check your surroundings first of all. That's the most important thing. See what's going on around you. Kyle McGuire, you know what I'm saying? Situational awareness. Always be on point about what's going on around you. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? That's Brooklyn Code 101. Anyway, the other thing is check out your vehicle before you get into your vehicle, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything in your windshield wipers, anything on your car door, on your door handle. You know what I'm saying? And if something looks funny, tell a loved one, tell a relative, tell the police officer if they close by. You know what I'm saying? Because, people are getting abducted and, thrown into sex trafficking rings and all, being held captive and, all types of craziness, man. There's a lot of bad-minded people out there, man. I mean, this girl could have really gotten, seriously ill or killed from this, man. You know what I'm saying? Just going out to eat with her husband, in a nice neighborhood, Houston, Texas. This wasn't in the hood. This is a decent area. You feel me? So I just want to say, especially to the ladies who like I said, travel alone, single mothers, whatever, man, just, students, if you're on campus late night, maybe you coming from class late or something, and you got to drive home, just be on point, carry a little flashlight, get a little mace, put on your keychain, maybe a little air horn to put in your purse. You know what I'm saying? When somebody approaches you that you don't know, or, it's looking kind of shaky, you hit that air horn, burn, you get some attention. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, it'll scare somebody off, or at least draw somebody to your area so they can see what's going on and possibly help you out. You know what I mean? So just ladies, be on point, man, because we don't want nothing happening to you out here, especially, the women in my life. You know what I'm saying? I got sisters and, and cousins and friends and stuff like that, that work and travel and, do a lot of driving every day, so I don't wish nothing on anybody, man. So just y'all be on point, please, man. Be on point out there.
Yeah, man. That's scary.
Yeah, man. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but I just wanted to give that disclaimer, because when I saw the story, man, it got me scared. You feel me? And I don't even have kids or anything like that, daughters that traveling, and I got relatives, but I don't got no kids. Now, if that would have been my child, I would be even more scared. You know what I mean? Because last thing you want is for something to happen to your babies, man. You know what I mean? An adult is going to be an adult. They're going to do what they're going to do. But, kids, man, they ain't did nothing to nobody. You feel me? What if they had a little girl with them and the little girl grabbed the napkin or something and would have got sick? You know what I'm saying? This is an adult woman that this happened to. She barely got contact with it, washed it off her hands, and it still jacked her up. So imagine if she would have got the full effect of that, whatever that chemical was, or if a child would have got a hold of it. God forbid, man. Oh my goodness, P Money. Yeah, craziness, bro. Craziness.
And then there's no one to they ain't even enough to go off of with a situation like that to even find the person that did it. So this person is still running around doing this shit.
Well, she said that she was, after she went to the emergency room and they checked her out and found out she was okay. She said she would file a police report, and she's attempting to get the video from the parking lot of the restaurant that they had went to try and see if somebody went up to the car and did something, or somebody was looking shady was in the area, or whatever the case may be. She hasn't been able to get it yet. Bless you. She hasn't been able to get it yet, but she says she's working on that, and hopefully the police will be able to help out with that, man. So good luck to her, man. And y'all be on point. Let me see. I told y'all about the Sharks. I just want to touch on one more thing before we go ahead and
Shark thing. Before we move on.
Go ahead.
The Shark situation, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's you mentioned
it's peculiar.
And I was like, I don't know what state they were talking about, but they were talking about like shark attacks is up and stuff like that. People getting bit and stuff.
Yeah.
So they giving the how you don't get bitten by a shark 101 when you get in the water. Right? And I'm like,
shit, I know how, and I ain't even there. Get in the fucking water.
But they were basically breaking it down like, wearing jewelry. You know how women like to wear jewelry and stuff, and they get in the water.
Yeah.
Since the water light bounces off water and all that, they was like, it attracts sharks and this, that, and the third fishes. The way they said it was, you look like the underbelly of a fish, so you look like food. I said, what the fuck?
And then you put jewelry on it, and now you look like a motherfucking shrimp with tartar sauce on you or some shit.
I'm telling you. And then they like, the worst thing you could do is when you in the water is move around. So I'm like, I know sharks is attracted to the smell of blood. They could smell that shit for miles.
That's right.
Then there's the action in the water, the movement in the water. Like movement in the water is like a dying animal or whatever.
Right. Yep.
And then you wear some shiny shit. That strikes you out. Like literally.
That's it. That's what I'm saying, man. You in the Sharks living room, baby. This nigga coming through wearing jewels too? Oh no, I'm about to get this motherfucker.
Yo, there was somebody that got bit on the shoulder when I was listening to it. Somebody got bit on the shoulder. Like there was all types of stuff.
Yeah.
And outside of all of that, I don't know why these people be playing with these alligators or these crocodiles.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we can tame them, and I'm gonna put my finger on their nose and then watch them get locked up in there. I was like, yo, y'all niggas is bugging. Like, why are you doing this?
Y'all keep fucking with these wild animals and stuff if you want to. These people that be keeping tigers as pets and shit like that, and all this kind of wild and cougars and wild cats and whatnot. Like, yo, that shit is supposed to be out in the wild, B. That is not a domesticated animal.
You
feel me?
There.
Yeah, man. Keep it. That's just crazy, bro. I can't wrap my head around that at all. Oh yeah, I've had him since he was a cub.
Yeah, until that nigga got hungry. Now he ate you. Like it really be like that. Like for real.
Like the Indian in that movie Poltergeist. He told that joke. He said lady was coming home in a snowstorm and she saw a snake on the side of the road, was frozen. So she took the frozen snake inside and put it by the fire. You know what I'm saying? Nursed it back to health. The snake was sitting in the corner and the lady got close to it and the snake bit her. And the lady lay there dying while, and the snake, and she asked the snake, why did you do this to me? Why did you bite me? I nursed you back to health. I saved your life. And the snake said, bitch, you knew I was a snake.
For real. Like,
what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying?
Alligator bite you. That's what they do. And
that's what they do.
And they do that spinning shit.
When they lock.
You,
they lock and they spin so that they can break, break you apart, snap your bones, and do all of that stuff. Yes, very effective method. I seen two crocodiles do that to each other. They bit each other, and one bit the tail and just twisted up, and you could see the tail was all mangled and whatnot. I was like, damn, survival of the fittest. But let me go ahead and let's drop the new school joint this week first, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give y'all another story about a little situation that happened out in LA and one that happened in Pennsylvania, and y'all tell you how they related when we come back.
All right, bet. So you already know we're about to get into the new school joint of the day, because it's the
They act like they don't acknowledge, then they smile up in my face and speak to me in private. I stayed solid through it all, got the fuck up off my ass every time I took a fall.
Yeah.
It's the Rock.
All day, every day.
Gotta love that young Chris, man. Good to see him back out there. He's back outside doing his thing, man. The track is fire. Way too short. But I wish he would have extended it. But I expect he's gonna have some things coming soon, man. Shouts out to young Chris, Philly, stand up. So yeah, I was telling y'all situation that happened out in L.A. A woman is going to, once again, I got to give a shout out to the Shade Room. A woman is suing a Los Angeles school after get this, a cotton picking exercise. You heard me correctly. A cotton picking exercise. That is not a slang terminology. This really happened. Okay. So apparently the rationale behind this whole thing was a group of students were reading Frederick Douglass in class, and I guess in the book somewhere he discussed cotton picking. You know what I'm saying? So this particular school felt like it was appropriate to not only plant a cotton field right on the campus of the school, but to allow students to engage in cotton picking so that they could understand what it feels like to be a slave. I am not making this up. I can't make this shit up, big. So the woman is suing the school on the basis of her daughter being traumatized by the whole incident. She didn't participate in the exercise, but she watched her fellow classmates participate in the exercise and has since been traumatized. And when the mother went to the school to complain, they told her about the whole reading of the book, the Frederick Douglass book in class, and the students engaging in exercise to get a better understanding. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this the critical race theory thing that they always complain about being taught in schools, now being taught in a school? Yeah, we're gonna show all of the students what it's like to be a slave, but we don't want to tell y'all about slavery.
No, but what they're trying to do, oh my gosh.
They're trying to take the sting out of slavery is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it seem like it wasn't so bad as it actually was, which is a bunch of bullshit because they don't do that. Because they don't belittle or try to nullify the effects of the Holocaust or the victims of the Holocaust. I don't see them doing that shit. Let's throw the kids in the oven so they can see what it was like in the Holocaust. I don't see that shit going on. So if they don't do that, I don't want to see no cotton picking exercises. Well, the good news is that the cotton field has since been removed from the campus of the school.
Did they burn the shit? I'm hoping that they did.
I don't know, but what I do hope is that this woman gets paid for this lawsuit by the school, and and the administrators and the people responsible get held accountable for that, because that's some BS right there. Now, so on the flip side, there was a televised little league game going on in Pennsylvania recently, where live on TV. Now, mind you, this is a little league team. I forget where they're from exactly. I don't want to call out the wrong state, so I'm just going to say this young man, he's a black little league player. He's the only black little league player on his team. Okay, keep that in mind. During a televised game, I think it was a championship game, I want to say, the white players on the team with the young black player were seen taking cotton and putting it inside the boy's head until his head was completely covered with cotton. This is during a live televised broadcast. Not to say that that makes it any worse, what was done, but I mean, all right, first of all, there's so many levels to this. First of all of the kids are wrong. Okay, all of the kids are dead wrong. All the white kids putting cotton in a black kid's hair is not only derogatory and offensive, but it just shows that these kids learned it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just get that idea, let's just take cotton and put in Johnny's hair. No. They understand the connotation behind a move like that, because this kind of thing is taught in the home first. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And second of all, I want to say to the parents of the young brother, the young king that was on the team, who allowed this to happen, because he didn't protest, he didn't complain, he didn't say stop, he didn't smack nobody's hand away. He was just sitting there, not smiling, looking around like this is a regular thing. Like maybe he gets bullied on a regular like this, So my question to the parents is, what are you teaching your child that he's allowing them to do this to him? Because I'm quite sure this ain't the first time that this has happened. It's probably just the first time we're seeing it because it was televised. Mm-hmm. Okay. What are your parents doing that they're allowing this to happen to their child? Because ain't no way my son would have let that rock. You feel what I'm saying? No way. I would have got, at the very least, I would have got a phone call. Yo, this, that, and the third happened. Oh, I'm right there. You understand what I'm saying? I'm turning the whole field upside down. Yeah. Straight up. So, I mean, these are the things that we can't allow to happen because they're very subtle nuances that if we allow them to be overlooked, they will gradually get worse and more frequent. Okay. We got a guy in, I forget what state that was in. I was just reading about this yesterday too. Guy's body was found hanging from a tree. And of course, they're going to try and classify black man was found hanging from a tree. And of course, they're going to say, oh, it was suicide and, whatever. And let me tell you something, B. When a black person takes their life, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be by hanging. Okay. No. They're going to take some pills. They're going to try and, probably shoot themselves in the head or some craziness like that. But rope is not in our itinerary. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we stay away from that.
We stay away from rope. We rather fuck with zip ties than to fuck with some rope. You understand what I'm saying? That's just black people. And like boats and stuff, we don't rock with boats either. But I'm just saying that to say this, man, that we gotta be more attentive. And like I said earlier in the show, you got to pay attention to your surroundings. You got to see what's going on, who's doing what around you, what the mentality of the people is around you. You know what I mean? Because too often I see these incidents happen where it's a situation where it's a single black person amongst a group of all white people, mm-hmm. which I right away feel like is suspect. Right away is suspect. You feel what I'm saying? Because now all of these people are on the same page, and then here you come thinking you belong or thinking that they're going to accept you. And you have to understand they don't accept you. They tolerate you. You understand what I'm saying? And a big difference. And I think, and Charlemagne the God always says, you know what I'm saying? Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And I think that's also true, man. Don't spend time amongst these people thinking that they're going to just accept you because you're one of the good ones, so to speak, or, you know what I'm saying? Or you abide by the rules, or you don't cause any commotion or anything like that. It don't matter. They still look at you the same way because this is what they've been indoctrinated to think.
And okay? I would tell you that probably what the parents of that child told him and why he sat there and didn't say anything is because they were like, you need to fit in.
Yep.
We're accepted right here. If you say anything, it's going to be a problem. Deal with it. it's sad because, like, I would, I have, several children. From the oldest to the youngest. My oldest tolerates very little. My youngest tolerates a lot.
Right.
And it's because of the way society has changed or dictated a lot of things. So, I'll tell my youngest daughter, like, yo, you shouldn't deal with that. You shouldn't do this. Yo, handle it.
Yeah.
And her thing is, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Like that's her first response. And I'm like, get in trouble? You're only going to get in trouble by your parents. I don't give a fuck if you defending yourself.
That's right.
If you're sitting there and you handling business, don't let nobody take advantage of you.
That's it, man. That's it. I'll tell you a little story, man. When my son was very young, and he was in, I don't remember if he was in preschool or if he was in after school daycare or whatever the case may be, but he was young enough to go to daycare. Let's just put it like that, right? So at some point through the day, kids are playing and with toys and balls and stuff like that. So apparently some kid was throwing a toy from one side of the room to the other and hit my son, right? And my son did the most wonderful thing. I still remember to this day like it was yesterday. What he did was he walked over to the teacher. He told the teacher what happened. Yo, you know what I'm saying? And then he went over to the kid that threw the toy and he punched him in the eye. Swole the kid shit up, right? So my son's mother calls me at the time. I forget where I was, but I wasn't in the area. She calls me and she says, talk to your son. And she explained to me what happened. And when she explained to me what happened, it sounded kind of funny, but I didn't laugh. You know what I'm saying? So I said, put him on the phone, like in a way that I was kind of upset. You know what I'm saying? So she wouldn't know. And when he got on the phone, he sounded so pitiful. He said, hey, Dad. So I said, hey, look. I said, listen here, boo-boo. I said, Daddy's not mad at you, okay? I said, I'm going to tell you why I'm not mad at you. And he said, why? And I said, because you did the right thing. I said, first you went and told the teacher, then you handled your business. You feel me? And I said, not only am I not mad at you, I said, but we going shopping. We going toy shopping when I come, next time I come see you. And I said, what I want you to do, so when you get off the phone with me, I said, I want you to put on a sad face, pretend like, you feel me? So then he said, okay. And I told him I loved him. And he gave his mother back the phone. And she got on the phone with me. And she must have looked at him. She says, he just looks so pitiful. and I said, yeah. I spoke to him. I gave him a piece of my mind. I told him not to, whatever. I says, I'll be over there this weekend to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk a little more about it. And I left it at that. You know what I'm saying? Now she won't know until she see this right now that whole conversation went the way that it did. You feel me? But my point is this: you gotta teach your children from the door how to navigate certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And just like you say, your one daughter has a low tolerance for the bullshit. This is what we need to instill in our children in this day and age, man, because they are going to get put through trials and tribulations, the likes of which we haven't even seen when we were children. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think every generation it gets gradually worse because there are people that are so instilled in their ways, and there are people that want to continue the legacy of hate and racism and things like this, and perpetuate it and pass it down to the next generation. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like it gets worse and worse and worse. You know why? Because deep down inside, the racist knows that they're wrong. Mm-hmm. And when you're doing wrong, your brain tells you that you're doing wrong. Even if you're going to do it anyway, you're still in your mind, this is fucked up what I'm doing, but I'm still going to do it. You know what I mean? So you have to have that mentality first before you can pass on your bullshit to the next generation. You know what I mean? The apple don't fall far from the tree, as they say. So, dirty kids and racist kids come from dirty parents and racist parents is basically what I'm saying.
And a lot of it is passed down. And there was something that I came across earlier this week, and I want to say it had to do with men. And it was like a peaceful man, and just talking about the cycle of things, right? And it was like a peaceful man or a passive man. As time goes along, breeds chaos. But a man that is in chaos and wants to get out of chaos, or a strong man, brings peace. Right. Which is, when you sit there and you think about it, a man that has gone through enough, where he had enough.
Yeah.
Now comes peace. But then when they become passive, now comes the chaos. And and that's what we're sitting there right now. Like
I heard somebody today. I heard this quote today. Somebody said that, not necessarily a quote, but they said that gangsters that have lived through some shit, like have been through the trenches and whatnot, now on the other side of their life are trying to live righteously and trying to pass on, and try to live peacefully and pass on good things to their children and to the people around them. They don't want to do gangster shit anymore at 50 years old. You feel me? Because they lived that part of their life already, and they knew when they was doing it, it wasn't right. But now that they've made it was wrong. Excuse me. So now that they've made it through that, they feel like, I gotta pass on good energy and good vibes onto my kids and onto the loved ones and the people around me. Some people call it, they're just trying to get into heaven. But I don't think it's just that. I think it's that it's a realization. It's the lights coming on inside their head that, yeah, damn, man, I survived through this stuff, man, and the stuff that I was doing probably wasn't the best. No, I know it wasn't the best, and it probably wasn't the right course of action. But fortunately, I was able to make it through, with my life and with my freedom in some cases. And I don't want anybody around me or anybody close to me to experience what I've experienced. So I'm going to turn over a new leaf and live a different life. I'm going to try and help kids, or I'm going to try and help the community, or, do something to that effect. A lot of that comes from people's experiences and living a life that they maybe didn't want to live, but maybe they had to live just in order to survive,
And when we sit there and we look at that, right, and just you saying what you just said right now, I think of 3 people right off top.
Yeah.
And Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah.
These were South Central gangbangers, this, that, and the third. You look at them now.
Yeah. Well, Snoop was in a gang and was quote unquote gang banging, but I don't think Dre and
no, they just
was. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
So they were in that lifestyle, like, and I just heard it the other day. Today was a good day. That was that Ice Cube joint. Today was a good day. Like, I didn't have to use my AK. Like, it was, remember Boys in the Hood. Like, these are the things that we were able to see, but we see and just looking at the transition. Today was a good day. Boys in the Hood, but then we had Are We There Yet? Right. that was the transition of, I had to grow up in this, but my people don't have to live this no more.
That's right. Look at Snoop Dogg. He got a youth football league that he's actually helped kids go from the streets to doing something positive, to some of them even going into the NFL. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not gangster. That's not very gangster, but it is very gangster. But it is very gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's not gangster, but it's very gangster in a way. You know what I'm saying? Just to change up like that and to be able to influence the youth, knowing that you got the influence that you do, but using it for a good reason instead of a bad reason. You know what I'm saying? Not making people fear you, but making people love you and respect you and want to do good in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? And want you to see them do good. That's what it should be all about, man. You know what I mean? That's what influence should be about.
Yeah,
Word, man.
definitely.
But record heat waves in China are over 70 days long, 100-degree days, man. So I mean, if you're one of those people who don't believe in climate change and global warming and all that type of shit, take your ass over to China right now and you tell me what you think about it when you get back.
Well, they was talking about the global warming thing, and that's why Texas got flooded a couple of weeks ago, not too long ago.
Yeah, like, India had floods over there too recently.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like there is a big change.
Yeah, man. I don't know why we as a society. Well, I'm not gonna say we as a society. I'm just gonna say a lot of people in our society, and mostly people who have money, who could care less. But I can't understand for the life of me why people do not respect science. You feel me? Science is the foundation of almost everything around you, you know, structures and life and medicine and you know what I'm saying, mental health. All of these things revolve around science. You know what I'm saying? There are different sciences. When you go to school, you get a degree in sciences. You know what I'm saying? And computer science and, you know, and engineering and things like this. All science is involved in everything. So I don't know why people don't believe in science when scientists, hey, look, the globe is heating up because of all of these emissions and, you know, things that we're doing to the planet and waste and, you know, contaminating the water. And, you know what I'm saying? The polar caps are melting. And, you know, some people say, well, they're supposed to melt, but they're not supposed to be melting at the rate that they're melting right now.
No.
And, you know what I mean?
The bridge behind you in that picture, that's science. Because
that's science.
You talking about dirt and some water, and some shit.
Yeah, straight up.
I got that bridge standing up like that with millions of cars that ran across it, like for real. But we're going to ignore it.
Yeah, science and math, man. So I don't know, man. People just, you know, they want to believe in what they want to believe until they're proven wrong. You feel me? And you get what you get, man. That's all I can say. But anyway, I do want to say before we get into the top 5 of the week, because I know we're getting close to guest time. I want to say RIP to Teddy Ray. If y'all don't know who Teddy Ray is, man, Teddy Ray is a very funny comedian. Young brother, just turned 32 years old 2 weeks before he passed away. They said that his body was found in a swimming pool. I guess the maintenance man found him in a swimming pool. So they don't know what the cause of death was at this time. They don't know of any like medical issues that he had other than like eczema. You know what I'm saying? So just a great loss to the comic community. This brother was super funny, man. It seemed like all the funny comedians like died too soon, man. It's like it's a real tragic thing, man. But I just want to send condolences and prayers out to his family and friends, and you know, say he will be deeply missed, man. Especially by somebody like me, who's you know, a big fan of comedy and stand-up comedy. Good brother, man. Good brother from what I could tell. So yeah, man. R.I.P. Teddy Ray.
All right, so let's get into this. Well, before we even do that, let's get into the movie of the week.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's get into the movie of the week. So here we go, y'all. It's the
only on 106.1 High Level FM. It's about that time of the night. Let's get into these small grooves one time for the one time.
I got the one time for the one time for you, y'all. And yo, if you don't even know, Game of Thrones fans, if you're a Game of Thrones fans, you know about House of Dragons. So now we talking about the Iron Throne. We talking about dragons. We going all the way back to the beginning. So let's get into it with the little trailer for the week. Yeah, so make sure that y'all check out House of Dragons because it's going to be dope. But it's going to take you back a lot. So here we go, y'all. And we back. We got our guests in the building. It's about to be on and popping. So what's up, brother? You still there?
Oh shit, I had the mic turned down. My bad. You want me to you want to do the top 5 or the hip hop news before you go into the guests, or you want to jump right into it?
All right, let's do the top 5, and then we're gonna bring our guests in.
All right, there it is. Top 5, no particular order. You already know.
Yeah, it's the
Spot.
I still don't consider it luck. Every time I made a way when shit wasn't on the up and up. Rolling Stone, I didn't see my mother much. I was on the dark side like Anakin spin.
If I know he did it, I give him a grin. If I know she with it, I give her a glimpse. I be busting moves, I don't gotta flinch. Baby, I'm a boss, I can pay a rent. I'm OC, not OT.
I'm running out of reasons to feel sorry. It's blood in the streets. You gon' get mud on your cleats when it feels soggy. Sure they gotta use both hands. And Jill's got me. Plug told me when my record stopped selling, he still got me.
He back in the city with it. Jitty done been all across the globe. They say Jit a scribbler, he silly with it when he spit it. And I hope he don't sell his soul. He should be good, man, he signed a code. He from the hood, nigga, down the road.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, and we got Zen Chris in the building.
No building.
Yeah, you showed up like you was really coming to an interview.
My brother got the tie on and everything. I want to pull out my clipboard.
So today,
Chris, very distinguished gentleman in the building today on the spot. Y'all already know. What's up? What's up with you, man?
Not much, man. I appreciate you guys having me on here, man. Much love, much respect.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. You know what I'm saying? Very, very interesting, brother. I wanted to jump right in, man, to ask about the talk about the first well, I don't know if it's the first single, but the single, talk about the single, but we're gonna go back to 2015 real quick. Talk about the single Blown Away and how that got, you know, how that started heating up, man. Talk about the christening real quick.
All right, so pretty much 2015, that was a period where everything was going at like 100 miles per minute. And
right.
It was just moving. So the Blown Away came into me linking up with my manager, TS, and we created a record. We threw it out there, shot a video for it real quick, and then next thing you know, it just grew its own legs.
Wow.
So from like, yo, you just need to go ahead and make video for this, and then we'll see what else we need to do. End up creating the rest of the christening, shot another video called Drowning, and then catching buzz on like TVU during that time period, other, and it was just moving. And I was doing shows, performed in Florida, New York,
dope.
California, and it was moving. Then it came to a halt because I had a kid.
Life comes at you fast. We know about that.
Life came into the picture, and it was just so like, what I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do for my son.
That's right.
And then when it's time for me to get back into it, I'll get back into it because I have to make sure.
That's right, man. Family first.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're taking a break, the needed break, because you had to take care of family first. How did it feel getting back into the booth and doing what you was doing? Like, did it feel like you never left, or it was just like?
Was it a strange feeling?
No, actually, it wasn't. It was like much needed. So let's say, for instance, COVID happened. Boom.
Right. Right.
You this whole time you've been working, grinding, and then it like, all right, well, what's important to you? And for a long period of time, when you're not doing something that you feel like you're supposed to be doing, you get the chance to get back into it. It's like you never left, but you coming back like, no, it's go time. Like it's go time. Playing with this. If I gotta hang up my sneaks after this, I'm putting everything. Period. So it felt good. It felt good. It was almost like I never left, because then next thing you know, everybody just gravitating back to like, yo, you doing this? Like, are you really doing this? I'm like, yeah, like I'm doing this. I'm not playing.
Was it a what was it a was it an inevitable thing that was going to happen as far as you getting back to the music, or do you think that maybe with the whole COVID situation and being in the house more often and having more time to think, do you think that kind of maybe gave you the push that you needed to go and get back into the music, or do you think it was just something that you was going to get back to anyway?
I was going to get back to it eventually, but
Yeah.
when everything stops, you have time to meditate on how you feel and what you feel you should be doing.
Yeah.
Then it puts a whole nother battery in your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No doubt.
pretty much definitely say it had a big influence to me back into it later. Once I realized that was going to be good, I was like, all right, I could move now.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
That's good because when COVID hit, it was you had a lot of time to think. Like it was a lot of time to think.
Nothing but time to think.
It was like, yo, what are we doing right now? Like I can't even go to work that I was supposed to go to. Like they done shut that down. So
for real.
Yeah. So what's up, Sean? What you was about to say?
I was gonna hold on. I had the hold on. I'm trying to pull up the little thing here. Why is this not working? Okay, I got it. All right, boom. So anyway, summertime fallout.
Yes.
I get the all right, before I even say the vibe that I get, tell me who are some of your maybe like your influences or some of the artists, the R&B artists that you listen to, you know what I mean, that kind of push your pen a little bit, if at all.
Genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have 112.
Of course.
Who else? You could say a little bit like I listen to like Mint Condition, and as far as people who have released like newer music that's damn, I feel like I could have wrote something like that. You got Lucky Day, you got Masego, saying it correctly, and then of course you got your Usher, you got your who else? Of course, C-Bay, Trey Songz. And there's definitely more artists out there that me like listen to, and I find inspiration. So if I hear like a record, I'm like, ooh, I gotta come up with dope, like, because this is where like the playing field is, and I have to be able to adapt now.
Yeah, no doubt. Because the reason why I asked you that is because when I was listening to the summertime joint, I kind of got like a almost like a Kurt Cobain, like a August Alsina vibe from the song. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe. That's kind of the vibe I got from you. I was like, okay, all right. Because I fucks with both of them. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with both of those cats. In addition to the Chris Browns and the all of those guys like that. So that's kind of the vibe I got first. That's why I asked you first who were some of your influences, and you didn't say either one of them. So that's interesting.
Now, but don't get me wrong. Like I definitely rock with both of their music for sure. But
young artists, you know what I'm saying, new artists and whatnot. Very they got a lot of catalog and a few hits under their belts respectively. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because anytime I listen to August Alsina, it reminds me of when I used to live in Atlanta. Because I remember of this shit was like heavy, and it was just like bubbling out.
Big tune.
And going hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah, in addition, and Kurt Cobain's with that what was that drink in my cup. That was a huge one for him too. Yeah, man.
Sure.
Yeah, I like it, but I like the track. I was, I'm saying, I definitely was feeling the track, feeling the vibe and everything. Who's doing the production for you right now?
So what I've been doing is I've been like reaching out to like producers, and then we'll negotiate me being able to buy whatever production they have,
right?
And then giving them their credit, or I'll like leasing it and then go ahead and negotiate it once everything starts bubbling.
No doubt. Have you? I don't know if you've been. I don't know if you've been following any of the conversations like online and stuff lately, but I think Diddy recently did a live video or something like that where he was discussing R&B music, and he was discussing how R&B is dead or R&B is not like it used to be. And then like Chris Brown chimed in and was like, niggas is crazy for saying R&B is dead. Like, when the last time you heard a slow song on the radio? You know what I mean? He's 100% right though. He's 100% right. I'm talking about Chris Brown. Last time you heard a slow song on the radio, it's been a while. You know what I'm saying? Now there's a lot of upbeat. There's been a lot of upbeat, up-tempo dance records, R&B records, and stuff like that. It's still people talking about love, but you don't hear those slow records like a Mint Condition or like a Usher, like you was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? 112, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a Cupid. Like, you don't hear that stuff on the radio no more. So what I'm asking you, Zen Chris, what do you think about that whole conversation about R&B being dead, or, you know, it not being the same as it was? Like, how do you feel when you hear that?
I don't think R&B is dead. I think you just have to look a little bit harder, because there's plenty of R&B music out there.
Yes.
Found and I feel like something now is like more niche. So now if you go to like a Apple Music, you're gonna see a list of new R&B artists, and they have ballads. They have the up tempo records. It doesn't matter. The platform is this now. Okay, if that's what you're gravitating to more now, then you can right at your fingertips. Versus it being, people still have a want, and there's still a need for R&B music. It's just a matter of when do like the big stations or just stations in general do play those ballads. When is that going to come back? But I definitely don't think R&B is dead at all. Like, because you got your Jasmine Sullivans, you got your like I was saying before, you got your Lucky Days, you got out there who are still making that type of music. It's just all right. Let me do a quick, like 2 seconds, and it's gonna pop up, and it's right in your hands.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think, like you say, it definitely deserves a deeper dive to find that particular element that you may be looking for. I think what it is the reason why somebody like Diddy, or anybody for that matter, might say something like they think R&B is dead is because they're only listening to the radio. You know what I mean? And now in this media age, in this social media age, you know, everything is on the internet. So if you're not going to these different platforms to seek out the, you know, the artist or the genre that you want, there's a good chance that you might not even hear it. You feel me? Because the radio is just programming because they want to program you. You understand what I'm saying? Into liking a certain type of music. And I think that I'm not saying it's fixed, you know, because people always talk about payola and stuff like that. And that does happen. But for the most part, it's a program. If you listen to the radio all day, every day, eventually you will hear the same 10 songs that you've been hearing all day played over and over again. You know what I'm saying? So if your genre of music or your artist or that particular R&B song that you like is not in that rotation, you're not going to hear it unless you go and seek it out, unless you go to a title, unless you go to a Spotify, unless you go to a YouTube and, you know what I'm saying, and actually look for this stuff. It's out there, like you said, but you have to go and search and find for it, you know. And I think I think a lot of people are just lazy, and they don't want to, you know, search for what they want to find, man. They wait until it falls in their lap, or they wait until somebody says, yo, you heard that new, you know, Zen Chris, or, you know what I'm saying, like that. So that's how I think, you know, it gets foggy. The conversation gets kind of foggy because, you know, people are lazy, man. I think that's what it boils down to.
And I think Diddy's been doing this for long enough, where he doesn't even know what's out. So like literally,
Diddy too busy chasing them young girls. You know what I'm saying? That's his thing, man. He ain't worried about no damn.
You know, and it was funny because you was talking about 112. You was so. These was Diddy's artists, like this is his what was popping. Like this is what was popping for Diddy. So you don't hear that no more.
Yeah,
I don't hear it no more.
Yeah,
like I'm happy to know that Usher got his residency in Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Vegas, and I was like, yo, like I was watching. I was like, yo. But I think it's I want to, don't get me wrong, I want to say 25 years, 30 years that he's been pushing this music.
Yeah.
Like, but he's out there doing it right now.
Yeah.
And they did this backstage thing, and I'm like, wow. wardrobe, everything. Like there's so much stuff going on. And I'm like, but I remember his first album cover. I remember it.
Uh-huh.
Like he had the goggles sitting on like a stocking cap or some shit.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I'm like, wow. But that was Usher.
Yeah.
So if Usher and Chris Brown battle, who you think will win?
Ooh. they were just talking about that online too recently. They were just discussing that.
Honestly,
no comment.
Really don't.
That's a lot of hits, boy.
I really don't have a winner. Like I think Chris might edge Usher out a little bit just because he has a little bit more hits now.
Recent, right? True.
Recent, but anybody goes on that live, they're gonna know every single song.
You better believe it.
Both artists,
yep.
And then you're gonna pull in that older audience as well too.
Yep.
And then of course you got CB is gonna have that younger artist. So I feel like it might be a little bit of edge with CB just because he has more current, more recent music right now. But awesome, like it'd be dope. The feedback would be crazy.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I think Diddy also might have mentioned that hip hop being dead also because ain't none of his R&B artists popping like that no more. You feel what I'm saying? You got the Summer Walkers, you got Miguel, you got SZA, you got her, you got plenty of people out here doing good R&B music, man. But if they ain't signed a Bad Boy, he might have blinders on. You feel what I'm saying?
Vested interest.
Yeah, exactly. Vested interest in his joint. He got to promote his artist, So of course he gonna say ain't nothing out there because Bad Boy ain't getting no money off it. But anyway, it is what it is, man. So let's get into this single P Money. Let's let the people hear what we already know.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Zay Chris, man, we want you to go ahead and introduce that man to the world and tell them your name again and
Everybody, I appreciate you. You about to listen to Summertime Fallout from your boys and Chris. Enjoy. Good vibes only.
Yes, sir.
It's the
spot.
Summertime, fallout. Summertime, fallout. Try to hit me, then you kiss me. Change your mood every day, feeling guilty. Summertime, fallout. Summertime, fallout. Should've left you from the jump. We argued out in public. Different kinds of point of view, saying I ain't budging. The type of things we going through. Fed up to here with me and you, cause you destroyed us. Shut your mouth, take responsibility. Ain't nothing else when things got rough. I told myself, I don't want you, ain't a thing you can do. Summertime, fallout. Summertime, fallout. Try to hit me, then you kiss me. Change your mood every day, feeling guilty. Summertime, fallout. Summertime, fallout. Repeat behavior, that's not my nature. I'm contemplating, got me thinking why I date you. Girl, I don't hate you. Tell me this, how could you love me when you lied? Don't make sense, the truth about you. I should've quit you, I'll find something new. Cause I ain't with you, I'm talking kinda loose. Must be the liquor, cause you don't understand what a man goes through. Summertime, fallout. Summertime, fallout. Try to hit me, then you kiss me. Change your mood every day, feeling guilty. Summertime, fallout. Summertime, fallout.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yo, we back. Hey,
Was you paying attention, P Money?
I was. I definitely was. And
what you was gonna say?
I want to say, like, it did give me the entanglement vibes.
Yeah.
Like it did. Like now for nothing. It did.
He said, when he said talking loose must be the liquor, right? And then he said, you don't understand what a man goes through. That was a bar right there.
I was like, yo, what the fuck is this?
I was like, see, he talked. I was like, see, that's not. And I always said this too, man. R&B has always been the music where, like we don't talk to, like, women and men don't talk to each other no more the way that they used to. You know what I'm saying? And I think R&B is the platform, is the genre of music where the artist actually gets to go back to that time where men used to actually talk to women and tell them what we wanted, and women, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of the most honest genres of music that we have, man. One of the most pure genres of music that we have. We reconnect with each other as a, you know what I'm saying, men and women. I mean, it's like a reconnection almost, because he's speaking from the heart, man. You feel me? It's like, yo, this shit ain't working out. I can't rock with this, man. We gotta, it's a summertime fallout.
Right. And the whole title of it, like, just going based off the title.
Yeah.
Right. We already know when it get hot outside. You get a little different clothes come on.
Sundress season.
It's like, yo, what's up? This is what we doing. This is what we doing right now. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. But then now we, and literally, we in August going into September. Right. Yo, we got the
but it's true. Just like this situation with Blueface. You know, he got the girl Krishan Rock, that crazy bitch. It's like we get into these entanglements, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it looks good, and, you know, maybe the bedroom action is, you know, top notch or whatever the case may be, and we kind of, you know, lose a little bit of the mentality. My homeboy calls it the baby batter on the brain. That's what he calls it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we had that baby batter on the brain because we see something that look good and it feels good, and we think, you know, but then once you get a little further into it, and, you know, all of the lust gets moved out of the way, you feel what I'm saying? Then you see the other things that kind of make you say, damn, this bitch is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got to get that out of the way. And unfortunately, crazy bitches usually had the best coochie, but that's another story. That's a whole nother show. But what I'm saying is this: the lines of communication in hip hop between the sexes, we already know how that goes. It's usually men putting down the women or women putting down the men. But in R&B, there's that olive branch that gets extended between the sexes. You feel what I'm saying? And it's almost like I'm bearing my soul to you because I care, and I want you to understand what I'm going through and understand my mentality, understand where I'm coming from, so that we can have a better relationship and a better connection. Yeah, am I making sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So
straight up.
So getting back to the
song but the song is fire, by the way. Definitely got to say that song is fire.
But we definitely vibe with it. But I want to say this: we gonna go back to the crazy chick situation.
Oh yeah,
I want to say this: easy way to identify a crazy chick.
She got colored hair.
No. Forget the colored hair. You look at her feet. Right, because this is genetics.
Yeah.
Right. So you got the thumb toe, right? You got
the big toe, right?
The big toe, right?
Yeah. This is some new shit. This is some new shit for me. I want to hear this.
Right. The toe right next to it, because you know how it's supposed to be like a slope, right?
Right.
When you look at it. So if you look at a chick and her big toe, and then you got the toe right next to it that stick out like this,
right?
She crazy. Stay away from her.
So let me ask you this, P Money. What about the chicks that they toes be looking like they throwing up gang signs and it should be like this?
Now you stay away from them too.
Stay away
because fucked up. Like,
wow.
That's real.
So you got to take. So your first date got to be to the beach or someplace where she can wear open-toe shoes, so you can see what her toes is working with.
It's supposed to go. It's supposed to be a down slope,
like a down
right? Big toe,
yeah.
And then, right. But if you look it up, no lie, they will tell you a person that the toe next to the big toe, if it's longer,
this nigga
they chemically imbalanced. Like
long second toe, crazy. Okay, check. I got you, brother. I got you, brother.
You're like, all right, well, we gonna have a good time, but we can't be in a relationship.
Let that be a lesson to you. That's a jewel from P Money. Hold on, I gotta drop this jewel sound effect. Hold up. Hold up. There you go. Yeah.
I look at feet. I love feet. Like I love feet. I love bodies and all that. And I'm like, but every time that second toe was a little off, everything was a little crazy. I was like, oh, you co-sign this shit.
Oh God.
But outside of all that, right?
P Money helping y'all out there, man. Today,
right?
You a little game.
I'm trying to help the brothers out there. Because,
you know what I'm saying?
We're in the barbershop right now, and that's just what it is right now.
So Chris, man, tell us the origin of the name. Where does Zen Chris come from? That's not your government, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Actually, it was one of my friend's mom. She kept telling me, she's like you always got like this Zen vibe to you. And then I was like, all right, Zen Chris. I never heard anybody call Zen Chris. And I started thinking from an aspect, well, it'd probably be easy for people to find my music if it was Zen Chris.
That's
then,
right.
Like a quick Google search, I was like, all right, I'm about to use it.
There it is. Look at that. See, even just the name, he was thinking about the marketing. Do you hear that, P Money? That's an artist for you right there, right?
And then that's how I was able to find the YouTube channel and everything else, because outside of Summertime Fallout, we got the joint you just released 2 days ago. Yeah. Right. So
what's the name of it, P?
Oh, it's called Head Nod.
Okay. Right. Tell us about that one, man.
Yeah. So the way Head Nod came about was my boy Lance, who I normally work with when it comes to making certain records. He's like, bro, I got something that I think you could body. I was like, all right, cool. I heard it. I was like, oh, okay. And then we found a chick that we normally would and she killed it. And then the record just came together. I was like, all right, let's see what it do.
So this is a track that he brought you, and then the song was developed after that.
Right. So then him and I would start going through ideas, and like, all right. He's like, yo, but like how sometimes you communicate with a female that like interested in, you do is like, and now y'all both know what it is. So that's the concept behind it, and then it just like everything just came together organically.
I like it. Let's get into it, man.
All right, that's what we're about to do. So you want to introduce this one for the people?
Of course. It's your boy Zen Chris. Y'all about to listen to Head Nod featuring Quintessence. Fire. We're on the spot. Know what it is.
Gang. Yo, that's what's up. Let's get it.
Started me upon that seat. I know work, let you leave. Since you drunk, let you speak. It's your time right now, turn up. If people don't see us right now, so let me serve you if we down for two. Let me interest you with my eyes on you. Grab that pillow while I grind on you. More things that jank off my leaves. Yeah, here we go. Always getting physical, sexual. I need another visual.
Can't get you off my mind when you leave every time. I'm like, damn, every time.
Why? I need that head nod from you, just agree. I need that head nod from you, just agree. If you're enjoying yourself like me, I need a head nod from you, come and see.
So pull up.
Need no pickup line, but we get into it. It's a different vibe, but you already knew it. Put your hands on love on me. I can feel your energy. I'ma take it when I climb on you. It's true. Got me naked when I ride on you. It's you. Going crazy when I grind on you. I want another day like this. Here we go. Always getting physical, sexual. I need another visual.
Can't get you off my mind when you leave every time. I'm like, damn, every time.
I need that head nod from you. Just agree. I need that head nod from you. Just agree. If you enjoy yourself like me, I need that head nod from you. Come and see. So pull up.
Woo, man.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
hey, Chris
Right.
killed it and Shorty killed it too, man. That right there, man.
Right.
Oh man.
Like it was the
Quintessa, right?
Yeah, Quintessence. Yep.
Yeah, man.
know,
Shouts out to Quintessa, man. She did a thing on that, man.
Beast. She's a beast.
Yes, sir. Yeah, very, very hard song, man. I enjoyed that one as well, man.
Yo, what I would tell you with the energy between, I've always loved when I'm a R&B fan. There's a hip hop based show, right? But when it comes to the R&B, like I really rock with that, and especially when you have the male and the female, where it's almost like a conversation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
On the joint, I always vibe with that. So the head nod, like really, like you do one of these, like you already know what's up. I do this, you do that, it's going down.
Yes. Head nod if you agree. It's It's like listening to it was like, when you hear a rapper and he's telling his story, he's spitting the verse or whatever, but he's telling a story. So that's what the two of them on that song together, like you say, going back and forth. It's like goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like the communication between men and women. It's like the lines of communication are blurred, but then in an R&B song, it's like they free to express all of that and to communicate all of that with each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're listening to them telling us a story. You feel me? I can see the whole visual when they like, give me the head nod if you agree. I see it. I see the whole thing while I'm hearing it. You feel me? Yeah. That's hard. That's hard, Chris. I'm satisfied, brother. I'm very impressed with what I'm hearing so far, man. I can't wait to hear more. When the visual coming for that, man?
Because that one
for either one. But that P Money. Yeah, P Money like it because the female's in there, so you definitely want to see that with the visual. But
yo, I can shoot the video for you too. Where you at? Where you at? Because I can shoot that video for you. What's up?
Yeah, I gotta set it up, but yeah.
But where you at right now?
Jersey.
What city?
You're in Jersey. Oh, okay. Ah.
Oh, well, I'm a Manhattan dude. I'm in the A right now. You said you was in the A and now you in Jersey.
Yeah.
But we can figure that one out.
Yeah.
I bet. For real.
No, I love it, man. I love it. So tell me, so tell us what's next, Chris. When is are we gonna get a album soon, or are you gonna get some, like, what's the next project?
I'm gonna end up dropping probably like 2 more EPs, and then I'm gonna go into album mode.
Okay.
I got a lot of records written, so now it's point where I'm gonna piece everything together, make sure like it's with my vision, and then throw it out there for people to enjoy and see what they do. Because I learned that you gotta let the audience choose. Because it's to be some records that I love. And I'm like, what just happened? So I learned, like, I just gotta throw it out there and see what it do.
Well, man, I'm gonna tell you, I've been a DJ for longer than probably most listeners been alive. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell all my business, but just I have a tendency to critique things very sonically. You know what I'm saying? And what I can definitely tell you, brother, is that you got the sound, man. You got some strong production behind you, and that's also important when you're doing R&B music, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When and in hip hop, you could kind of get away with, some production because the artist his bars, like when I listen to Black Thought can make, water dripping on the back of a pan sound good to me. You feel what I'm saying? But with the R&B artist, it's different. You feel me? So you got to have the sonics together, brother. And let me tell you, especially with that last song, your man laced you with that one, B. Stick with that. Stick with that dude. Stick with that dude, man. I'm telling you, he gonna do good things for you, man. Stick with that guy right there, and then whoever else you got doing production, be that as it may, man. But I like what I'm hearing so far, man. I just, you know what I'm saying, I want nothing but great things for you, man. You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're a father. Both me and P Money can relate to that. We're always looking out for the dads. I mean, this is a testosterone based show. So it's all about the fellas, even though we do have women coming in from time to time to, pay us a visit and give us their input. But, yeah, man, I just, nothing but greatness, man. And all your future endeavors, brother.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Give the people your social, man. Let them know where they can find you, where they can lock in with you, where they can get your music. If you want to do that, just tell the people what you want to tell them.
Well, hey, everybody, you can reach me at Smokey Voice Guy on Instagram, Smokey Voice Guy on Twitter. And all you gotta do is look up Zen Chris on Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify. It's out there.
There it is, man. Smokey Voice Guy. I like that, man. That's just what it is, too. That's just what it is. Got the smoky voice, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It just.
I like it, man. I like it.
You sing to them, right? Yeah, that's just what it is, right?
Hey, it's that raspiness, boy. I'm telling you, boy, you'd be surprised how much that raspiness will get you to draws, boy. That will just it hit you in the head on stage with them panties sometimes.
Yeah.
Raspiness, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Let me tell you, boy. But yeah, man, Zen Chris, man, it's been a pleasure, brother. We enjoyed having you, man. Like I said, I'm loving what I'm hearing with the music, man. Keep going. Please don't stop, man. Don't take no more hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Man, keep going strong, brother. You know what I'm saying? I expect nothing but great things from you, brother. And don't forget about us, man. When you blow up, man, come back and see us sometime.
Yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about all this wonderful stuff. Like,
man. Before you drop that album, you got to come back and see us again, man.
You gotta come back. Come back.
For sure. I appreciate
For sure, man. All right.
All right, my brother, man. Yo.
Zen Chris, salute, man. We appreciate you, brother. 100.
Salute.
Bye.
All right, brother.
Chill. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Hey, it's like you said, like P Money said, it's a hip hop based show, man. But every now and again, it's cool to kick back and listen to some cool R&B from time to time, especially when it's somebody as talented as our man Zen Chris, man. Y'all just heard him. So please go check out his catalog. Please go support everything that he does, man. We want to see this brother do great things, man. I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and I'm just going to take it back because, like I said, I'm an R&B dude. I love
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It definitely got me hip hop got me through a lot of my days in the streets.
Yes, sir.
But when it came to the bedroom, I was a dude that had the speaker box as a headboard.
Yes, sir.
You know the shit you would put in your car.
And you know what? Guys don't do that no more, man. Girls used to always say, "Oh, going over his house, he put on some music and blah, blah." Guys don't do that no more, man. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Brother, stop putting on the music. I think Busta Rhymes even said it in a rhyme one time. He said, oh, what was the bar? He said, "Shorty's on the new thing. Chick wanted to fuck me the Wu-Tang." And he's like, "Watch these niggas go on inside your guts, man. My nuts hang. Shorty stay abusing the love thing."
Yo, for real. Like, my music, when it came to that, my shit was
yeah. Yeah, man. It was all back in the day, dog. We used to make cassette tapes with all of the R&B music and used to give it to the girl. And you know what I'm saying? This is how I feel.
We couldn't say it out loud, so we gave it to them.
Yeah, this is how I express my feelings. Right, I can't really put it in words, so just take this and then the next thing, you know what I'm saying? And the next day you got the draws, or the next weekend, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? We don't have the interaction and the communication like we used to have, man. You know, it's this social media climate that we in. It's like people rather text you than to pick up the phone nowadays. You feel me? So, you know, the lines of communication are blurred, man. So it's refreshing to hear open communication between the men and the women like that, especially on a song like that, man. It's fire. It's fire, man. It's refreshing.
Yeah, and not to take it to this note, but you know, my oldest daughter's godfather hit me up today. And he's like, "Yo, one of our peoples just passed away." And when I tell you, like, that shit hit me, it was a little crazy when he said it. Yeah. He was like, "Yo, Ricardo Hernandez died," right? Now, us doing the show, he's been somebody that's chimed in from time to time.
Right.
He just died.
R.I.P. Ricardo, man.
Yo, R.I.P. to him. And I've known him since kindergarten.
That's rough, man.
Literally. Like,
yeah, that's a rough one there, man.
So it's like, I'm like, yo, I don't even understand what's going on right now. Like, we were the same age and you just died this week.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. You never know when your time is up, man. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta live every day to the fullest, man, and try to spread love, not war.
Yeah, and it was just crazy to hear it. Like it hurt when I heard it.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, I don't even know what to do with that. But I know he was battling cancer, but he was in remission, but then still passed away.
Yeah, so, a guy that I work with, I ain't gonna say his name, but he just recently passed away from cancer, and he was in and out of the hospital. And the thing with that cancer is, and a lot of people don't know this, is when you get diagnosed, or if they even think you have it in a certain part of your body, whenever they go in to operate, right, and they open you up, and that oxygen gets into the body, and that cancer gets that oxygen, it spreads like wildfire. People don't realize that. So a lot of times physicians are reluctant to even go through with the first procedure because they know once they open you up, there's a good chance that the cancer is going to spread. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when they go in and try to get it out, they don't get it all out. So it comes back. You know, you might go into remission, but then bam, it comes back again. And a lot of times when it comes back worse than it did the first time. So you got to be really careful with that. If you're aware that you have it, and try to get more than one opinion from your doctor. You know what I mean? Because that's also important too, man. Because we want people to live long and healthy lives, man. And if you got an affliction or if you got something like that that's life threatening, it's important to realize what's going on early on, as opposed to waiting and things getting foregone and until it's too late. So be in mind, be mindful of your health. Health is wealth. But I want to get into this hip hop news of the week before we finish off the show.
I bet. So let's get it, y'all.
Only on
It's your boy Sean Reezy, back with the hip hop news this week. You know, we back like old spinal cords and rocking chairs. August 26th, all my hip hop heads, that new DJ Khaled album is gonna drop. He calls it God Did. All right, so y'all get ready for that. You know, it's gonna be a star-studded event. Jay is on it, Kanye is on it, Drake is on it. I think he's got some reggae artists. I think Bounty Killer's on there, Sizzler, Buju Banton is on there. Just, you know, pretty much anybody who's anybody. I'm sure Wayne is on there. You know, all of the heavyweights are going to be on there. So y'all be on the lookout for that. That's August 26th. Let me see what else we got here. We were talking about Krishan Rock earlier in the show. She's in jail now after the most recent altercation with her and Blueface. He was online and he was saying that, you know, what is he supposed to do? The cops came and took her, and, you know, security took her off or whatever. I don't know what transpired, but she's in jail now. Blueface, if you're listening, brother, there are a million bitches out there for you. You hear me? You don't got to just settle for that, bro. I know it's hard. I know the crazy girl Coochie is, you know, top notch and all of that. She probably putting it on you the way you like it and all of that. But B, for your sanity, for your career, bruh, just leave it alone. Do that. Just do that. It's better for you that way. Young Thug, who is still incarcerated right now, is being sued by a promoter for a show cancellation because obviously he's in jail right now, so he won't be able to do any shows, which I think is crazy unfair. But, you know, that's the law, and that's how they do us. You know, if it was a rock artist or something like that, I'm quite sure it would be overlooked. But because it's one of us, they're going to hit him in the pocket. Fetty Wap is also still incarcerated after he threatened somebody on a FaceTime call. And, you know, he's also still fighting that those drug charges that he got hit with a while back. So he's still dealing with that. He's refused bond. So he's staying inside until, I guess, he gets his court date. Let me see. And finally, Fat Joe is throwing his hat into the comedy arena. I heard he is going to do his first one-man stand-up show. Right? This is going to be a Rock Nation event. I think Dave Chappelle is also going to be the one who brings him out or introduces him, or however it's going to work. I know Dave Chappelle is involved in some way. Rock Nation is involved in some way. So best of luck to Fat Joe. Comedy is not an easy arena. Just ask T.I. He'll tell you. But you know what I'm saying? I wish you the best. Fat Joe has some amazing stories. He does have a great sense of humor. I don't know how he's going to be comedically on stage, but, you know, let's hope that if Dave Chappelle's involved, that he gives him a few pointers and can help steer him in the right direction. And that's your hip hop news this week with your boy, I'm Sean Recognize.
Yeah. And we back, y'all. So you already know. We did the new school, we did the top 5.
But just didn't do the old school. That's it.
All right, so we're going to do the old school, and when we get back, we about to get up out of here because it's about that time, y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's do this. It's the
classic bus a bus. My young listeners and the young viewers, if y'all don't know, man, go back and check that man's catalog. Got hit after hit after hit, and that was one of my favorites. That video was dope too.
Yo, and for real, you gotta give it to Buster, man. He's always like, he was anime before anime was popular.
That's right.
Like he was a he was a cartoon.
Trendsetter, always been that way. Yep, always been that way.
Before Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
you already know. Yo, man, it's your boy PROFIT_Pete_radio. So if you don't know how to spell Pete, let me just spell it for you. PETE_NY. Not even a radio. It's just Prophet Pete NY. That's me. And that's it. And then you got my man's right here.
Simple and plain. And you know, you can hit your boy up on Instagram. A lot of y'all do, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the love and the support, man. I'm getting new followers all the time. Y'all, please keep it coming. Keep commenting. Keep hitting me in the message and all of that stuff like that. It's your boy, DJ Sean Recognize, DJ SHAWNRECOGNIZE. You can also hit me up on Twitter. That's the short version, though. DJ Sean Rec, DJ SHAWNREC. But remember, only my friends could call me Rex, so you better recognize.
Gang. And we out, y'all.